John Jones retired. He's a pussy. And it's June. It's his month. And he retired. And he's not gonna fight anymore. Dana White just announced it in the post show at Baku. Um, which was a horrible. It wasn't a horrible card, but it was mid. But this is way bigger news. This is way cooler. So so Dana White said that last night. Now, I don't know the time zones, but just saying the last 24, 36 hours, that John Jones called and retired and said, "I'm not going to fight anymore." And Tom Aspinall is the undisputed champ. Now we're gonna get in the whole video, all my thoughts and everything. Let's do it. Let's do it. First off, first thoughts. As you can tell, I could barely talk. Um, I was sitting on the couch. I was just like scratching my balls and shit after watching the fight. I was doing my thing on a normal Saturday, which isn't really that normal for me because the fight was earlier in the day. And I see like, oh shit, John Jones retired or whatever on the post show. So I throw on a shirt, this hat, and usually I wear a beanie whenever my hair is all fucked up, but I didn't want to copy Guru. So I wore this hat. This is my new hat now. I'm gonna wear this. It stops me from having to really do my hair and shit because I got a whole head of hair that's too much to work. But anyways, and I hopped on. I threw this together. I haven't made videos in a while. I'll explain that later. But holy shit, John! This is my computer's level either. Hopefully I didn't ruin the video for you. But oh my god, John Jones retired, dude. This is like the greatest day ever because it's like he's such a bum, bro. This is amazing. So Tom is the undisputed champ. I'm want to question if Tom is the undisputed champ legally because, from my understanding, to be the undisputed champ, you have to fight for and win the undisputed belt. I don't know. I don't think we've ever seen somebody go from interim to undisputed without fighting for the undisputed belt before. That's really interesting. So this might be a first for that, unless Dana White, talking out of his ass. Speaking about Dana White talking out of his ass, in December, he guaranteed that this fight would happen. And look at us now. Not happening, huh? What happened, John? What happened? You duck, you scared. He's not the GOAT. This is a very young sport. We can talk about these things. Is GSP the GOAT or Mighty Mouse? Because it's not John. I don't care. It's not John Jones. You're not the best fighter in the world. If DC's your best win, and 38 versus 32, and you couldn't do 38 versus 32 yourself, you know, then you're not the GOAT. End of story. Your ass. All you fought were middleweights. Your belt is shambles. It's a fake belt. You know, it's a toy belt. And John loves his toys. I can't believe this all happened in June too. It's just poetic. So Dana White announced this in Baku, which I find kind of funny. Out of all the days, he got asked the question and he got the answer last night. So I guess it's just really a coincidence timing thing. But it's funny how it wasn't here in America. So he's gonna fly back for International Fight Week. Who knows? Maybe he's gonna drop the news on who's Tom's fighting next. Probably Cyril. So Tom in, I don't know, 1 minute 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Tom's gonna kill him. But this is great. This is great, and we're gonna remember this moment forever. I'm gonna remember where I was, as I explained earlier on the couch. Just doing whatever, and what I was doing. But this is it. This happened. So let's talk about it for. Let's go into the rest of it. Right? What do I think happened? I think John wanted a ton of money for the fight, and I think UFC called the bluff, and John said, "Oh, I don't want to fight," because John didn't think John wanted to get the UFC in trouble. John wanted to blame the UFC for the fight not happening because he assumed that the UFC wouldn't meet his monetary demands for the fight. That's my personal opinion. Who am I? I'm just a guy who just sits in his room and like living room and stuff. I don't really do anything. But that's what I think, given contextual evidence on the internet of what's out there. We don't know what's always out there. But yeah, this is crazy. And so I think the UFC called his bluff, and John doesn't want to fight Tom. Dude, he's so scared, bro. This is like the greatest day ever because I've hated John Jones for so long. I thought Dominic Reyes, beat him. Stipe fight was bullshit. I mean, what kind of win is that? I mean, of course he won, but against the what guy on a loss 4 years ago, old retires right after. You get the point I'm trying to make. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. So, good job, John. Um, this is, I guess he's not getting stripped unless they are stripping. Can you strip someone or is he vacating? I guess the word be vacating or not stripped. This would have been his fourth strip, but I guess it's his fourth time he's lost the belt without losing it in a fight. I guess if you want to add the fourth time, which was this time. The other three times he was stripped. For hitting a pregnant woman with his car, hitting his wife. What was the other one? Oh, PEDs against Daniel. Those aren't in order, but those are three of them. But yeah, it's over. Now what? Yeah, wait a minute. Now what? What am I gonna complain about now? Nothing to complain about. Where's the fight? Dana, where's the fight? Complain about that. Probably. I hope I don't get the news before I upload this video. It's 4:46 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right now. So if they comment, oh, why didn't you talk about the matchup that they made? They're not gonna make it today, but just saying. Um, crazy, crazy stuff. Um, so and the Note, you guys see the Note Boys podcast? I mean, I hate to say the words. Did you guys see the Note Boys podcast out loud? But John left 15 minutes in because he was getting grilled on Tom questions, which is like, he's such a pussy, bro. He's a pussy. He's a bitch. Yeah, he's not a fighter. How could you be the ultimate fighter if you're not gonna fight everybody and anybody always there? I mean, some people give him hate on the Chael thing. I'm gonna be non-biased here and not give him hate on the Chael thing. I kind of get why he didn't accept that fight, but I don't even have to bring up that's not even his worst thing. I mean, he cheated. He's a PED popper. And you know what? Tom, man, good. I mean, this is so sad because you wasted, see, November 2023, a year and 8 months ish, give or take 8, 7, 8 months, right, of Tom's time, and which sucks because you're jealous of Tom Aspinall because he's super awesome. Dude, this hat is low key fire, but this one is like bending weird. I don't like that. But I live in California. I don't know why I bought this hat, but it looks cool, you know. But anyways, I just feel like this is like great. So John's done. John retires. Um, so we don't gotta complain about that anymore. John retires during Pride Month. Maybe he was occupied with Pride Month stuff. You know, he was in Thailand. I know he was in Thailand for a TV show, but we know about the people who live in Thailand on in the nightlife. During June, itinerary lined up kind of perfectly for that, in my opinion, for him. But he bitched out because he's a pussy. Hide this hair, bro. It's like weird popping out. And that's it. So John's a loser, and it's really hot in this hat because because I'm in California, and my living room doesn't really have AC like that. So, well, it is, but not like all around. It's old house, old apartment, really. But you get the point. Whew. All right. So why have? So yeah, John's done. So why haven't I made videos? I have personal matters in the story. Not really, I did though, but I'm not going into detail about that. But you know what? The world keeps on turning. And I saw this and I was like, well, I had to make a video today after hearing that. And it's like, well, why couldn't I make a video yesterday or the weeks before, Life happens, shit happens, and you got to get through it. So I'm really going to try to make a video every day. I'm probably going to make a reaction video on Khalil versus Hill tomorrow. But those kind of don't work because then I can't really say I told you so. But in all honesty, I thought Jamal would win, and I was very wrong. But you guys aren't gonna say, "Oh, how do you know you're not lying to look humble?" Because I know I didn't upload a video about it. But if I did, it would look a lot better, and I'd be like, "Wow, I uploaded 3 videos." But I'm really gonna try to do a video every day. Doesn't really take that long to make a video. 10 minutes of my time, not that much. Life shit happens, and I should have made this. I should have made videos. But wow, let me just check my phone real quick to see if I missed any news. ESPN MMA. Let's just see. No. So no, they're not gonna announce Tom news right now. But wow, and Tom uploaded something on his Instagram, which He uploaded the video. So ESPN MMA is calling him the undisputed champion. Oh, hopefully you. Oh, I copyrighted for that video. Uh, it's fine. I'm not editing that out. But wow, so Tom is the undisputed champion. I can't think of a time where this happened. Maybe I'm brain farting. Maybe I'm overwhelmed. Maybe I'm rushing. Of where an intern just became undisputed like that in in this type of way. So yeah, that's really cool. Um, so subscribe. I'm gonna really try to do this every day. I'm kind of like the hat. I look kind of cool with it. I just threw on this white shirt. I don't like to wear polos with hats though. I know polos are kind of my thing, but I think could be anything because I'm the goat. I'm not the goat, but I'm the Jake Show. That's pretty close. That's like a synonym. That's the word for it. But salute. Everyone have a good day. No American flag today because I was too lazy to put it up. I don't know if I'll put it up. I might put it up. I might wrap it around me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But you know what? Find out tomorrow. And if there's nothing there tomorrow, then find out the day after. And after that, well, I probably forgot, or I chose not to put it in there, huh? So peace, peace on earth. There's peace on earth has been returned as John Jones is not the champ anymore. Um, from my knowledge, we can now say that no wife beaters are UFC champions, which you couldn't say for a little bit, but now we could say that. I was just thinking, just in case I'm wrong, because I look really stupid. But I don't think so. I think it was just John. But happy Pride Month, John Jones. Celebrate your retirement. Go down to West Hollywood, do your thing. I'll make a video about it. I'll laugh at you. Go to another comedy club. But looks like that's it for John. If he goes on Instagram Live later tonight and does something crazy, then at 12 a.m. I will wake up and make a video and I'll put 2 videos in a day. But if he doesn't, I should turn my notifications on. Make sure, because he's totally gonna do that. I'm calling it right now. But yeah, I'm not one to laugh at somebody who's going through some misfortunate events, but he brought it upon himself. I wouldn't call them misfortunate. I would call them the consequences of your actions. This isn't a misfortunate event for him. It's a consequence of his actions. So like, subscribe, share. I'm back. Have I ever left? Who knows? I'm probably going to talk about the Kaio shit later because I'm a big emo fan, as you guys know. But yeah, I'm really gonna try to do this. I'm kind of going through it, but I'll figure it out. I always figure it out. You guys don't know that because you guys don't know me, but I always do. So I'm gonna do it, show you guys, and every day I'm gonna really try. And if you don't see me post one day, I'm dying and I'm dead, and you need to call the police. Don't call the police. It's a joke. Or do you? Ooh, I can't believe John is in the champ, y'all. This is crazy. I can't end the video because John is in the champ. This is great. My cat's really excited. She couldn't believe it. She was like, "What?" That's what she told me, but she won't repeat it. But yeah, she was like freaked out. So I'll see y'all later. It's like the fifth time I said goodbye, but peace out. I had to shave for this too. It's crazy.